Hello, this is Christy Gothrow, your storytelling coach. Thank you for jumping in and listening to what I have to tell you today, because it's real life. This is real life, y'all. And so, as you saw in the description, I'm telling you to tell your story and forget about being the expert, right? You don't have to be an expert to tell your story. Your story is important. It matters, and not just because I say so, but because whatever you have gone through, whatever situation you have become victorious in, whatever you've mastered, it's not about you. It's not even for you. It's for someone else. I'm telling you that your story is important enough to impact someone else. I know a lot of times we like to tell people, I went through, this situation, and I know that I can help some young girls today. I know that if I could just tell them, you know what I'm saying, don't make those type of choices. If I could just tell that young man, young man, you don't have to do this because of, we always got some type of, I can tell you better. We always have a story that can change somebody's life, right? Something we've been through. A lot of times what we go through, situations that we've come out of, are for someone else. We overcome by the word of our testimony. It's not about keeping it secret. Let's just say, for example, your story is something that causes fear. Maybe it's causing you to feel embarrassed. Maybe you don't want to put someone out there. You don't want to shame them. You don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I understand that. You don't have to do that, right? There are ways to tell your story without telling your business. I've done it over and over again. Look, before I even got on this live, I just asked God, God give me wisdom. Give me the right words. And God gave me a scripture. So he didn't give me what to say, but he did give me a scripture. And so I go to Ezra, because that's the scripture, the book of the Bible he gave me. And I go to chapter 1, verse 1, because I'm not knowing. I've never read Ezra, y'all. For real. Today, the first day I read Ezra. And so I go to chapter 1, verse 1. And I start reading. And I'm like, oh my God. God, you're so amazing. He's so amazing. Oh my God. Because in the scripture, it talks about how the prophet spoke a word to King Cyrus, right? And then he went from just having that word to believing that that word was from God for a reason. And he wrote it down. He wrote it down so that it could be carried out, and for everyone who read it to know this is what we're doing. When you write something down, when it goes from words out of your mouth to words on paper, it becomes official. It is concrete. This is what is happening. And when he wrote it down, it became so it took off with so much traction, because he gave out orders or directions to certain people, but then others started to join in. Others said, you know what, I'm going to help too. And they went bearing silver and gold and other things to help build the temple. God put it in place by giving a word. And then he took another step and wrote it down. And it changed the lives of people. It brought people closer to God. They were like, oh, I want to be a part of that. Those people needed what he was giving. People need what you're giving, or what you haven't given yet. People need what you got. You need to start giving it. I heard my friend say the other day, we must start giving of ourselves. We must start serving our purpose. We must start serving our gifts. And a lot of times we don't realize that things that we have gone through, situations we've overcome, I'm going to keep saying it, things you've gone through and situations you've overcome, things that you have mastered. You've become a master or professional at something. Even if that's not you, but you just know that your life has been transformed and God did something great for you. Or maybe you haven't even given an account to God, and you maybe not even familiar with who he is. You just know that you've gone through something and somebody got you out, right? It's not for you. It's not about you, because somebody else is going through that same thing. Somebody else is going to be going through that same thing. You don't think you can help? You don't think your story can inspire, motivate, maybe train, maybe give a little step by step, maybe give them some what to look out for? I'm telling y'all this from personal experience. My first book was written not because I wanted to tell everybody my business. It was inspired in me to write it so that other people can know there's a way out. My personal story is not in it. My second book, same thing. I wrote it because I realized I had a daughter that would go through some of the same temptations in life, and I wanted to be able to talk to her about it and explain it better than my mom explained it to me. And guess what? I wrote it. I put it in a book. Third book, same thing. I was bullied as a child, bullied as an adult, and that became the motivation behind something I had to write for children, tweens, teens, adults, doesn't matter who read it. They can all get a little bit of something, because I put in there parts of my story, not literally, but parts of my overcoming moments, so that they know when they read it, I can come out. I can learn to live with what they hate. I can learn to love the person that hates me. I can learn to love myself and give back. Every book that God has given me, every time I journal, it's never just for me. It's always for someone else. That is what God gives us victories for, to testify and not just to speak about it. You must be about it and put it on some paper. I'm Christy Gothrow, your storytelling coach, and I will help you tell your story without ever telling your business. They don't need to know the details, but they need to know how to get through. They need to know how to overcome. They need to know the steps and the how-tos. They need the training. Think about others. We don't write for our life, but we write for the life of other people. Get serious about it. You can find me and more information on ChristyGothrow.com. You can find me at Christy Gothrow on the Facebook, on my Facebook business page, and you can also find me at Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. Get with me. Let's talk about you getting that story from here to paper. Not even paper. Getting it from here to this laptop, right? You need to type it out. You need to get rid of the fear barriers. Jump over them. I don't care. Use dynamite. Whatever you need to be bold about telling your story. But remembering, we're going to get it out without you ever telling your business. It can be done. Believe me. Get with me. Let's do it. I'm here for you. Thank you so much for jumping on to watch this video. Meet me back here. I'll be here again talking more about telling your story without ever telling your business. And remember, you don't have to be an expert, because you don't write for you. You write for the life of others. Love y'all. Have a good one.